So, I've got a question for you all. 2016 is coming up soon, and I've been thinking about making the change to 60 frames a second. So this video right here is shot in 60 FPS. Now, most videos are shot in 30 frames per second. That's the normal thing that everyone's used to, and that's what looks natural. So this might look sped up to you if you haven't seen 60 frames per second a lot, but this is normal speed. It just has double the frames that you're used to, so the motion's smoother. But the problem is that might mean that my shaking is a lot faster and might drive you more crazy. My phone doesn't have optical stabilization, so every single little jitter and wobble is picked up and probably multiplied in 60 frames per second. Now the other option that I have is a DSLR. So this is 60 frames per second with optical stabilization. So it's nice and smooth. And even right now, if I shoot in one-handed mode, it takes up all the shake. The main drawback with the DSLR is that it's not really meant for video, so you're going to constantly hear the autofocus servo going on and off, that little deep, 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 so it's going to sound like a fucking droid in the background the whole time. Also, exposure control is a little different. With a smartphone, it's easy because you just push the screen anytime you need it to focus, and that does exposure and focus really quick, and it's really thin, Trying to use a DSLR, first off, this doesn't have a very wide lens, so when I get close to the Jeep, you don't see very much. But, if you're trying to get into a small, tight spot, if I want to, put you somewhere down here or something like that, trying to get you in somewhere tight is going to be difficult. And with a smartphone, I can just slip you right in anywhere. So, But this is what optical stabilization looks like. It's 60 frames a second, but you can also, it's very smooth. And this is one-handed shooting, by the way, so. This is an option, but I very much not prefer it because, I'd actually have to sit here and frickin' set up a camera the whole time, and I don't want to get it all dirty, but I just wanted you guys to see what it would look like with optical stabilization. Now, hopefully, I get a new cell phone in March, sometime between March and the summer. And I'm really hoping that that one has optical stabilization. So, videos might get better over time. But I'm just curious if you guys would prefer 60 FPS. The videos that I've watched in 60, I prefer. I like it. They're smooth. They seem like they have more action. And it only takes me about 15 seconds or less to adjust to it. And then it just looks natural. But I just, before I start exporting all my videos, and uploading a bunch of videos that is going to drive everyone insane and drive you sick, I just wanted your opinion to see if you like it or not. There's only really one major, I guess there's two, but that's more of a back-end issue, two issues. The first issue is that 60 FPS does not do well in the dark. So this is 30 frames per second. You can see lots of things in the dark. Very visible. Make things very bright if you need to. This is 60 frames a second, so you can look at the paper, see that very clearly. Switch to that. Can't really see much anything. This is as bright as it'll get. So you need more light to shoot in 60 FPS. So for night shots, maybe I'll switch to 30. So that you can see more, but hopefully that doesn't make it even more annoying to watch, switching between frame rates. So, I don't know, if I were to go one-handed and move about, try to record stuff for you guys in 60 FPS, I don't know if that would be weird or not. So I'll shoot in some one hand, because I shoot one-handed a lot, so let's try that. And the other downside is more just on my end, but 60 frames per second obviously requires more space to hold. It takes up twice the amount of space, so I just got to be careful with my file distribution and make sure everything's cleaned up, and that shouldn't really be a big deal. I can probably handle that. So It's really only, does this look good, you know? If you're watching this right now, do you prefer this? Does it look smoother? Would you like to see this over the 30 frames per second? Because if a lot of you guys don't like it, then I won't do it. I'll just keep, you know, I'll stick with 30. It makes it a lot simpler, because every time I do this, I have to switch a setting in my camera, so I gotta make sure I'm on that. But, you know, this is just a little quick video. So if you prefer this, like the video or comment. If you don't prefer this, dislike the video or comment. So let me know. I'll leave you with one last little shot of the engine running. Happy holidays and all that bullshit.